A father tries to teach his daughter a lesson after she gets caught stealing, but instead of backing him up, the mother jumps in and shames him for disciplining her. This situation shows exactly how mixed signals and lack of accountability can lead to bigger problems down the road. Let's break down what happened.
So you went back in there and paid for a candy that she had already walked out the store with?
Yeah, she stole it.
Why would you do that? I would never do something like that. I would just leave.
It's easy just to leave, but that's not right. We need to teach our kids that stealing comes with consequences.
It's called integrity.
Maybe I don't have that.
Well, I'm out, man.
Honesty, integrity, that's a role model. And that right there is a good father.
I'm on his head, fam. Do you understand? Do you not? Yeah, of course it'll melt right away.
I swear, if when the next I'm gonna come escalate us, you'll make
Max, fam. I'm gonna you up. Bro, I
come
swear
back
to
here. Like, how old are you? You know, I don't.
15 minutes later.
This is my son, Charlie Baldwin. Name and shame. This is the boy that's so disgusting that everyone's put on Asda's.
This kid said some awful stuff to these employees, and watch how his dad reacted afterwards.
Here he is today, and this is what's going to happen.
Yes, I didn't mean any of this to happen. She's angry.
And what else, Charlie?
No, say but I'm sorry.
But you're sorry to who, Charlie?
Him.
And all the members of staff at Asda.
That's what I'm talking about.
Embarrassing people.
This is hard, to make him apologize publicly, but it was necessary to teach him a lesson or his morality would have sunk with no going back.
Yeah? Because you're a vile mouth. Not being rude, I'm your dad. And I've had to bring you down here because you disrespect everyone. And now you're plastered all over Facebook. It's disgusting, Charlie. We don't bring you up like this. Do we, Charlie? There you go.
This father not only taught him a lesson, but gave him the chance to clear his image to the public eye, or that first video would have followed him forever, and it would have been too late.
And apologise to the gentleman. And he will never, I promise you now, mate, he will never come round here again.
When we have a society full of women with no accountability, guess what? It just repeats the cycle. And then the daughters grow up same exact way. We're teaching our daughters how to be queens instead of being wives.
We need to be the best role models, or everything they can do later will be our responsibility.
Teaching young men to be gentlemen, to be providers, to pay for everything, to open the doors. Meanwhile, we're telling our daughters, know your worth and never settle. So one side's learning selflessness, the other side's learning self-prioritization. But unfortunately, little girls are taught what do they deserve versus what do they also bring to the relationship. And I'm raising a protector and a provider, and the last thing I want is my son to end up with your dusty daughter thinking that being submissive to a good man is oppression. Last I checked, equality doesn't mean that women get to wear the crown while men get to carry the cross.
This lady is truly wise for saying all this info in a short amount of time.
Good morning and happy Monday, everyone. Well, it's a happy Monday for some of us. A little background into this video that's being shot this morning. This lovely lady is my 10-year-old daughter, who has, for the second time this school year, been kicked off the school bus.
Wait for it.
Due to bullying another student. Let me make this extremely clear. Bullying is unacceptable.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on!
Many parents get defensive when you tell them that their children bullied others, but this father wouldn't let it slide.
Especially in my household. Friday, when my daughter brought home her paperwork for her bus suspension, she said, "Daddy, you're gonna have to take me to school next week." As you see this morning, she is learning otherwise. A lot of children today feel that the things their parents do for them is a right and not a privilege. Such as parents taking their children to school in the morning, or even bus rides to school in the morning.
Our parents only need to provide a home, food, and education, but we take everything else for granted, and he reminded her of that.
All of that is a privilege and should be treated as such.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
So today, my beautiful daughter is going to walk 5 miles to school in 36-degree weather.
Wow.
I know a lot of you parents are not going to agree with this, but that is all right. Because I'm doing what I feel is right to teach my daughter a lesson and to stop her from bullying.
What's up?
This was necessary because if he ignored this, she would have kept bullying others, and he had to show her that it's wrong.
So children, if you're watching this, please understand that bullying is unacceptable everywhere and will not be tolerated. Thanks, everyone.
I like this one.
Why do you think our grandparents lasted so long? Because they weren't on social media looking at cheeks every day. And plus, they didn't have girls acting like that back then. If they did see people, they saw them in person. And not as much, obviously. They didn't have options like that. And it's like, it's so true.
Nice.
So my mom is refusing to take care of 5 of my children this weekend. So I went ahead and I cut off her phone line.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
So I have my mom on my cell phone account. And since she decided to say, no, she can't take care of my kids this weekend, I was like, okay, so no, you're not going to have a phone.
This lady is known for making videos like this, but if what she claimed was real, it's disappointing.
I always drop all my kids off with my mom. I'd never even tell her that I'm going to do so. I just leave them with her. But this weekend, I was like, you know what? Let me be nice enough and just ask her, you know, if she could take care of the kids because I have something important I have to do, okay? I want to go out to the club. I want to drunk.
Huh?
She then was like, oh no, I'm sorry, but you know, your brother's moving this weekend and I promised that I was going to help them clean and organize and do all the moving things. And I'm like, are you sure about that? Is that your final answer? Because you don't tell me no. Like, no is not an answer for me. You need to drop what you're doing to take care of them. So she was like, oh, please, you know, I had already promised your brother. I'm like, okay, since you're not going to watch my kids, I'm going to take you off my phone line.
There are people who act like this, and trust me, I've seen it with my own eyes.
If you're not going to be doing favors for me, then I'm not going to be doing favors for you. You could go ahead and open up your own account.
What the is this piece of
All the stuff I do for you as a mother. Literally, I take care of you, I feed you, I cook, I do all that stuff. And all I did, I asked you for your birthday money so that I can pay the light bill.
How? Hold on, bro. How?
It's not their fault that she ran out of money, and taking their birthday money is cruel. They only get it once a year. Why would you do such a thing?
You don't want to give me the birthday money, so I am taking the PS5 back so I can get the money so the bill can be paid.
Jesus Christ. Well, how you gonna ask for my birthday money that I got on my birthday to pay the light bill? And why you trying to take my PS5 away?
Well, you can't play the PS5 anyway if there ain't gonna be no damn lights in our house.
You said I've been going out so much you would have had the money. What happened to the income tax?
Turner, first of all, I'm an adult. Stay out my business.
What?
When I come to you as a mother and I'm telling you there's an issue where I need help, you help.
I went out so much.
She goes out too much and spends money on nails, hair, and other stuff, and blames them in the end, which is wrong.
I'm tired of you going out. You need to spend time with us, and you need to spend money on your bills.
That's what I'm talking about.
Leilani, I'm not even talking to you. So you stay in the child's place. I'm
Mom,
talking.
You said stay in the child's place, but you asking my brother to pay your bills. And just like Lay said, you need to start spending money on us and stop going spending money on yourself and your little boyfriend.
You f***ed up, boy. Boy, y'all finna y'all in. She's been irresponsible for her own bills, her own situation, and in the process, she wants to take what was given to the kids for their birthday and for them to use because she's being irresponsible with her money.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
If she was the one who lost it, she needs to take accountability, and taking their money will teach them that if they messed up in the future, they can take other people's money. And it's a horrible example.
Because guess what? Your hair don't need to be done. Your nails don't need to be done. If the lights, the basic necessities are not taken care of, then why does any of that need to be done? You make a sacrifice. You sacrifice your nails. You sacrifice your hair. That's what a mother does. But you don't take some. What if he didn't have any birthday money? That's crazy.
She knew they would get birthday money, so she spent every last thing they had, hoping they would be a backup.
You're saying I should carry a baby and ruin my collegiate life.
How about this? Instead of saying ruin, first of all, babies are a blessing. Stop talking at them as if they're some sort of annoyance.
I would have to drop out of college.
Number two.
Every kid deserves a good parent, but not everyone deserves children or to have that title.
You play certain games, you win certain prizes. If you're going to go have sex...
So you're saying I should drop out of college to support my child instead of supporting my life?
Yup, I'm the mom who makes my daughter give me half of her paycheck. And before everybody comes for me in the comments and tells me I'm not supposed to take my kid's paycheck, first off, I put a roof over her head.
You serious?
That is your only job as a parent, and you can't go around saying it as if you did one heroic act when it's your responsibility to begin with.
Every day, day in, day out, I put a roof over her head. Clothes on her back, food in her stomach. I don't see why on earth I shouldn't take half of her check. Now, usually my daughter doesn't argue with me on it and she lets me take her check every week. But this week, she asked me if she could have a couple extra dollars for prom. I said no. Bills are bills. They come no matter what. Give me half the check, basically. And she threw this big fit. She called her dad, told him that I've been taking half her check. And now there's a big problem. And now he's saying that I'm a bad mom.
Yes! Yes!
And this and that. But I don't think I am. I think I'm teaching her responsibilities. And the real world's not easy. I shouldn't have to pay for all my bills by myself. She should 100% pay for half of them.
What kind of animal are you?
As long as our children are below the age of 18, we need to be easy on them and take 100% responsibility. And taking some of their money is something no one should do, even if it's for the bills.
She used to get rides to and from work. Now, she did save I give her that. She saved the half of her check up until she had enough money to buy herself a car. So she does have her own car now. She does drive herself to work. She does do her own gas. But I was the main person that used to do that for her and take her to her job. So she owes me. I'm just kind of coming on here to see what you guys think.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness? Do you think you do?
Every kid deserves a parent, but not every parent deserves a child.
That don't take care of her kids. My 10-year-old brother, 7 blocks around the corner. He only 10, and it's cold outside. He don't got on no coat or nothing. Why did you got him outside like that, bro? He say he trying to figure out how he gonna get something to eat. Meanwhile, you sitting right here eating good, laying down in your bed, not caring about nothing, bro.
Made breakfast.
The girls ain't do nothing, bro. They in there talking about how hungry he is and how you eat all the food. You and your boyfriend eat up all the food, bro.
Shame on this woman for eating and not feeding her kids.
Huh? That don't hurt you. Got my little brother outside begging people for money, bro, so he can get something to eat. You just sitting here like ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. What kind of mother is you? Like, as a mother, like, a bill. Come on now, don't do that, bro. Come on, a bill. It ain't about no bill. It's about you taking care of my brother and my little sister now, bro. Ain't no way he should be walking 7 blocks, begging everybody he see for change so he can get a donut from the gas station, bro. Damn!
Not feeding her children to the point where they go out to beg for food can only mean one thing, and that she has no conscience.
Come on now. Come on now, bro. Yeah, that's how I'm coming, bro. You got my sister and them in the living room, bro. Nothing to eat. I asked them what they ate. They said they ate bread. Just bread.
Take them up out of here.
What did I'm taking them up out of here for? You to get up, bro. All you do is sit down and flop in the bed, bro. And eat up all the food, bro.
You're not doing this to making my
So what? So what? Point blank period.
Why you doing all that yelling?
Cuz go get my little brother.
Well, I'm out, man.
Some people act like this, but when they lose custody, then they regret what they had and neglected.
Here, why you said no first?
Just no, I don't want to get married. I hear a lot of bad stories.
So you never heard any good stories?
No.
You never heard no good stories about marriage?
No.
You want children?
I got 2 daughters.
You got 2 daughters. Like, why do people prioritize having kids before being married? Like,
Well.
don't you think a man in the household would be the complete package for your situation?
Sometimes the one you married ain't even a complete package. You can have a whole wife and kids, and then it wasn't even a
I just can't see how people were prioritizing having a child before being married. Like that's the same cycle we've been in, and that's the same cycle that's continued to hold us back.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Always make sure to get married before having kids to ensure things being built on firm ground.
Yes, once my kids turn 16, they drop out of school and they go get full-time jobs to help me run this house, okay? I have supported them for 16 years. I have put clothes on their back. I have put the food in their bellies. Education, it's not important in this house, okay?
What did you say?
A college degree means nothing.
I hope I misheard her, because saying that education isn't important is like saying oxygen is not necessary.
Working means something. Money means something. So yes, when my children turn 16, they are forced to drop out.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And watch their younger siblings when I need a break, for one.
This would only ruin their future.
Two, they go out and get full-time jobs so they can start paying rent.
What the fuck?
I'm not gonna just let you live here rent-free and go to school for what? What are you going to school for? And education means nothing, like I said.
The more they go to school and graduate, the better their job can be. But if they do the opposite, they will get a job, yes, but it will certainly be minimum wage, and nothing wrong with that. But why do so when you can study to get something better while you can?
I always say, when y'all watch a lot of black movies, you'll see the mother acting very masculine in these movies. Yeah. And a man who's growing up who had to deal with that mother, he might look for the opposite in a woman, which is why you might see them date outside their race. I'm not saying all of them. Yeah. It's a different type of energy. They grew up with they grew up with a mom who was so masculine. They understood, like, I do not want to deal with this for the rest of my life.
That comes from a black woman point of view.
I'm just saying, if they're looking at it, well, if this is how a black woman behaves, I'm good on black women. And I'm not saying obviously we're all men, but I'm saying this is what some men who have grew up and witnessed this with their own mothers are viewing certain black women as that.
That's what I'm talking about. They've seen what it's like, so they would avoid that life at all costs.
Women only become because of the men that they deal with. Let's make that right.
I don't like where this is going.
Hey, deflection at its finest.
What
you are deflecting, boy.
How is that deflection? Whatever happened to women, what are they at fault for happening to themselves?
Right.
Okay, there's accountability that can be held. But what happens is that women fall for men, right? Women get in situations, they say, oh yeah, the thing is, women don't just sleep around for the sake of sleeping around. We look for spouses. We look for men that we can say, okay, I can have his children.
I don't think so.
That's the whole point of reproduction. The whole point of sex is to reproduce. So as women, naturally, when we look at a man, we think, oh, could he father my children? Could he be a good husband?
You can't go on doing the wrong choices over and over and blaming others.
What happens is that you get men that say, like my guy and yourself, that say, do you know what, being a side man's okay. I'm just going to slap you down and keep it moving. So then what happens? Her heart gets broken. She moves on to the next guy.
Ew.
Moving on to the next thing is the issue, because when it comes to us, we sit down, reflect, and self-improve.
Why is it her business? Why is it her business?
And then you're going to say that women are toxic.
Yes! Hell yeah!
And women are manipulative. And
Listen, women love
product of a bitter baby mama. My mama was a bitter baby mama to the max. My mama hated my dad so much until she hated me. She pushed him away, but she kept herself out of my life also.
This is the consequence of bad parenting, and this guy paid the ultimate price for his mother's neglect.
When I first realized that my mom was a bitter baby mama, that was devastating to me, because oftentimes men get labeled a deadbeat, but if you look at it, my mama was a deadbeat because of what she did and the angle she took. Because when you go that route, you really beat your kid out of both parents, because you push the dad's gone And the kid can't really get the true mom because she has so much hatred and bitterness and anger in her. So she couldn't really, so if you ask me, my mom really couldn't love me like she should have because she had no room in her heart for me, because she replaced it with the same anger that she had for my dad.
It's her business to be angry at life or her ex, but she has no right to take it on the kid.
So, and I haven't seen her talk to my mom this year. My spirit doesn't connect with her. I never think about my mom. I never miss her. She never comes up in my mind, and I know I shouldn't feel that way, but I do. So ladies, when you go down this route, you know, as a single parent, and if you have anger towards towards the father of your kids, I want you to think about me, because what my mom did, it changed the whole course of my life. The person you see is a result of what she did.
His story is truly heartbreaking, and it shows that being a bad parent is life-altering for the kids. Well, guys, that was all for today. We'll be back soon.